Did you know T-Pain, who was once one of the famous rappers in the world, filed for bankruptcy after losing $40 million in 10 years? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about that because there is so much we can learn from this, not just from T-Pain's experience, but also how he's being treated right here on YouTube. Adam from the Valuetainment Show released a short video clip talking to what T-Pain went through, and it's a perfect example to show you guys two things. First, let's just say some people don't realize their privilege. And second, if you're black and you're watching this, you better understand this. No one is here to help you. And lastly, I have a message from the Valuetainment team and Patrick Bet-David. So it's just constructive criticism as a fan. So we have a lot to talk about today coming up after the intro. What's up, guys? My name is JC and welcome to the Wealth Engineering channel. My goal is to motivate you to increase your net worth, retire early, and build generational wealth. We do that through stocks, cryptos, and real estate. So if this is something that interests you, I want you to smash the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. Now, with that said, let's just get into the video. So I had another video planned for today, but I woke up this morning and saw this video from the Valuetainment short clip channel, and I just had to react to it. Now, I want to be clear. I don't want to start any drama. The reason why I'm doing this video is because it's a perfect opportunity to learn. There's so much we can learn from this. The Valuetainment YouTube channel run by Patrick Bet-David has been a wealth of knowledge for me over the years. I've learned so much about life, entrepreneurship, business, his interviews, and special shout out to the Biz Doc. Please bring him back. This guy is doing university level courses in short digestible video clips teaching about business. Please check him out. It's a wealth of knowledge. All that to say, it's no hard feelings. I'm a great fan of Valuetainment, and what I have to say today, just think of it as a constructive criticism, but we just have to talk about it. In case you didn't know, Adam is one of the hosts of the PBD podcast or Patrick Bet-David podcast. Shout out to Amish from The Drip because he said it the best. Adam is like a liberal punching bag that the other guys are using to show how delusional young people can be, especially when they're liberal, and also how out of reality they are. So this is a podcast that talks a lot about politics, and they're more like center right or more like independent, but I don't care about politics. That's not what we're talking about here. So I woke up this morning, checked my phone, saw this video, why T-Pain lost $40 million in 10 years. I got to check this out. And as I'm watching this video, there is something that kept bothering me about it. And by the end of this video, I was really disappointed with Valuetainment for allowing this content on their channel. But I can tell you about it, but it's better if I show you. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go on a video and we're going to react to it together. And I'm going to show you exactly what bothers me about it. But more importantly, the two things I want you to learn from this. All right. So let's get into it.
These are look, he's sold over 16 million records, 50 million digital tracks worldwide. He's busted on the scene since what? Early 2000s. He's the Tallahassee hero. I went to Florida State, so I know he's from Tallahassee. But here's another sad freaking case about rappers just not understanding how money works. Yeah, they want to make it freaking rain, and they forget to bring an umbrella. Yeah, it's sad.
Oof, hurtful. But we're gonna give credit where credit is due. This was a great line. Hurtful, because as a black man, I want to see black people doing well globally, right? And this example does not make us look good. And unfortunately, there is too many examples like this. But man, that was a good one.
So anyway, he gets on a recent podcast with Jackass over here, Steve-O. No offense, Steve-O, but not exactly the brightest, tool in the shed. Not exactly the brightest crayon out there. The sharpest tool in the shed.
Co-host of Jackass.
Jackass. And basically T-Pain sort of chuckling. I don't know if you want to pull up a picture of him.
There we go.
He basically says, he revealed his lack of a financial mindset.
All right, we're starting to get into the part that is annoying me a little bit. Now, look at the tone of what he's saying. So first of all, like how it led to it. Now, basically kind of like making fun of Steve-O or he's making fun of Steve-O. And then the tone of how he says revealed his lack of financial mindset.
Picture of him.
There we go.
He basically says, he revealed his lack of a financial mindset. And that led to him blowing $40 million frickin' in the space of 12 years. and he eventually ended up filing for bankruptcy pre-COVID, 2019.
Yeah.
All right. And here's his quote. And like, I hear this and I want to like run all up in the studio and shake him by his neck, by like whatever this area is, his collar. He said this: nobody ever sat me down and explained that all this good stuff can eventually go away. All these singers, these musicians, these athletes that I knew, they kept saying that once the money started rolling in, it's going to stay that way forever. What the bleep?
Worst advice.
Who the fuck told you that? Who said, hey man, everything you're doing, this shit ain't going to stop. The good times will last forever.
Yeah.
There's never any issues.
Maybe it was Dinesh Shah, but he forgot to tell him the 8 steps.
I don't know.
Flows, bro.
I don't know who the hell it was. But whoever was in this guy's ear, you know, Pat always talks about who's in your ear, who's in your ear, who's the last person you talk to, who's in your ear. Whoever's in this guy's ear, maybe it was the bartender.
Yeah. He had bad breath.
And that's the part that we don't always make. You know why? Because what he's doing here is in my opinion, what he's doing here is no different than making fun of someone who's mentally handicapped. Unfortunately, for the black community, we are financially, mentally handicapped. There's a pattern of bad spending habits that we have because we are not financially educated. And why is this? We have not been in a position in the past where we could build any wealth. Therefore, there is no one in the community to pass down those wisdom to the next generation. And that's how you end up with generations, people like T-Pain. It's not just T-Pain. We have athletes. We have soccer players in Europe. We have soccer players in Brazil. We have people all over the place. Whenever there is black people living in any country globally, you will see a pattern of bad spending habits. You will see a pattern that will leave black people poor. So what you're seeing here, it's the lack of financial education for generation causing this situation right here. Now, there is something I want to bring to your attention, because I actually went and checked out the article itself, read it, and I also listened to the segment itself, and I had an entire different perspective from listening to him. And it's obviously not something to make fun of, because you're right, it is sad. And honestly, T-Pain, man, you making this kind of money, you could have done better. I mean, not to defend, I know we're here to bash and Adam, but T-Pain, you could have done better. But hey, so I wanted to bring you guys to this article here. So I'm going to leave the link in the description below. You can also check it out, read it, and also you can check the video clip. I actually recommend you listen to the entire segment, because just listening to Adams and how he portraying it, you're going to have a misconception of what actually happened here. So he was saying here, all right, everybody before me that I look up to always said that once you start rapping, it's good money all the time. Now, here's the part I want you to pay attention to. Look up to. Everybody that he looks up to. Who is he looking up to? He is a young black man breaking out into the business. All of a sudden start being successful. But as an artist, which is common for very artists, they take inspiration from their favorite rappers, from their favorite artists. Now he's being successful, is listening to these rappers, to these artists, to this inspiration, and he's actually talking on a friendly basis. And these people are telling him, hey, you're doing well just like us. You're going to collect royalties for life, you know? So, but they're young rappers too. Are these people the best financially educated people that can teach him? No, it's the blind leading the blind. The people that he's looking up to are not financially educated. So they're not giving him sound financial advice. And him is young, is listening to his idols, he's talking to them, he has a lot of respect for them, he's going to listen to them. And that's the problem in the black community. We do not have enough people that are made wealth that can pass down wisdom to teach the other generation on how to use it and how to maintain it and how to multiply the money. We don't have that. Just last podcast on my channel, I was talking about how the first time I heard the word stocks, I was 19 years old. And if it wasn't for a teacher, it was a physics teacher that was actually a chemical engineer, One day he decided, you know what, I'm not going to talk about the curriculum topic anymore. I'm just going to talk, at least for one class, I'm going to talk about stocks, because if you guys ever make money one day at your job, you need to start working in your retirement. And this is how old people do it. And he was showing us how stocks works, talking to us about stocks. And I was like, oh, okay, that's how it works. So therefore, when I'm old, that's what I'm going to do. That was the first day I actually even thought of retirement, that I even understood that you need to work for saving in your retirement. I thought the government was just going to pay you until that age. And if it wasn't for that single course I had, which was, it was supposed to be a physics course, end up being a course talking about stocks. If it wasn't for that one single course, I would have to learn it 10 years after. So when I was 29 years old, that was the second time I was exposed to the word stocks. In the podcast, I invited a guest, a direct descendant of a slave who fought for his freedom and also fought in the Civil War. But guess what happened? Since that time, there is a pattern of bad spending habits, a pattern of no wealth building that kept passing down from generation to generation. And he was having it down right on schedule, as he said, until he met someone, his Japanese father-in-law, who taught him how to invest, how to manage his money. Until that time, he didn't know anything about managing money and saving money. And that's what I'm saying. My entire country doesn't know about financial education. I'm from Haiti, and the word stocks doesn't even exist in Creole, the language that the Asian people speaks. So of course, when there is an hurricane, when there is an earthquake, the entire country needs donation, because they're not financially educated. They don't know how to generate and build wealth over time and keep it and maintain it and multiply it. It's a serious problem in the Black community globally, not just in the US. As a race, we are financially, mentally handicapped. And it's not something to make fun of. And that's my problem with this. And I don't want to say white people, but some people are privileged and they don't understand this. And that's what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted you guys to see it for yourself. They can't understand this. To him, it's obvious. He should have known it. He should have known this. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah, who knows what's going on? T-Pain claims he never bothered to check his bank balances.
Okay.
He assumed the royalty checks would keep rolling in.
All right.
He assumed that the numbers would only go up, never down.
Why would he?
And on top of that, he let all the people around him, the people he trusted, spend whatever they wanted without checking the bottom line. T-Pain, what the actual fuck is going on?
The people that he trusted are spending his money. Again, we talked about the black tax on the last podcast. Go check it out. But the lack of mentors, again, doesn't have people to guide him. So he doesn't know who's going to do it. His dad? Do you know how many people in the black community grew up in the single mother household? Do you know how many black men are incarcerated? Who's going to teach him this? His mom? His mom is in the same mindset as him, spending as much money as possible. This is what we do the best. We're great at spending money.
On here.
Tell him, Sauce.
This shit pisses me off. When's the last time T-Pain had a hit?
Dude.
Again, does that sound to you as someone who understands how royalty works? No. Again, he's financially, mentally handicapped to no fault on his own. But man, T-Pain, at some point, man, you're making that money, at least seek advice. Seek advice from professional, from someone who knows better than you. And again, there is so much to learn from this example here. So much to learn from this. That's why I wanted to go over this video with you guys.
When was the last time?
Dude, you get one life. You get this one shot to make your
look
money
that
and
up.
you freaking blow it?
You think he wanted to blow it? You think if he knew what he was doing, he would have blown it? You think if he was privileged to have a mentor in his life that he wouldn't have to pay? Do you think he had a rich uncle somewhere that he could have talked to and asked questions, he would blow his life? He would blow it like this?
Jesus. And then get this story. Among his many extravagances, great word, extravagances, He bought a brand new Bugatti for $2.1 million, only to sell it a short time later for $800,000. To which Steve-O, financial advisor to the stars, Steve-O, said,
Notice the snub in his voice. Notice the snub, like he's talking like he has an air of superiority, like I know better than you. He doesn't represent the brand of Valuetainment, and we're gonna talk about that at the end.
he asserts, that's like spending $1.3 million just to rent a car. Thanks, Steve-O. Look, the bottom line is, T-Pain, I love your music, but your decision-making skills are lackluster at best. When Steve-O is correcting your mental know-how, you got a problem, bro. When Steve-O is basically saying, hey, that maybe wasn't the best financial decision you could have made, you done fucked up, T-Pain.
You fucking done.
I'm fired up right now.
Dude, you should be.
Like, this is my entire brand. Save that money. Invest in things you care about. Don't just be blowing checks like tomorrow's not going to be as guaranteed. It pisses me off.
Save that money. Invest in things you care about. Who's going to tell him that? A young man, young black man making money. Who's going to tell him that? Who's going to sit down, who care enough about him, who's going to tell him that? No one. That's the problem we have in the community. We have no mentors. That's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about financially making YouTube videos like this, because I want to be a mentor one day. That's one of the things I aspire to be. Why? Not because I like it, not because it's just my passion. It's because my country needs it. Otherwise, we're facing extinction. It's that bad. There is the entire millennial generation in Haiti is hopeless. Hopeless. Because all that to say, guys, if you're black watching this, you're on your own. In the past, you may have had excuses, we started Black Wall Street. It was burned down fine, granted. But now, in the age of internet, there is no excuse. There's no excuse. You can learn. You can learn from T-Pain's experience so that this doesn't happen to you. You can learn from people like Adam, that no one's going to give you that information, but they will be the first one to make fun of you when you fail. Go seek advice. Go seek information. Type answers. How to become wealthy on YouTube. How to become rich on YouTube. Type that. And that will lead you to a whole path of videos that you can watch for free. Practice. Learn from your own mistake. Learn from other people's mistake. But you are on your own, and you need to do the work on your own. And you need to start now. And I got a message for the Valuetainment team. Again, Patrick Bet David, you have been an inspiration to me. There's so much value in your channel. But honestly, you need to do something with Adam. I think Adam has a great role in the PBD podcast. As I said earlier, he's a liberal punching bag. He helped you guys shine, honestly. So keep him there. But when it comes to exposure that he's getting on your platform, please limit that. If he doesn't have a guest that is smarter than him in a video, don't let him post on his own. All right. And you already gave him his own platform, Valuetainment Economics. Right. He has his own platform. Why does it need order of your platform to brand himself? I mean, how much more can this guy get? How much more privilege can this guy have? But seriously, this guy is a bad representation for your brand. Patrick Bet David, one of the things I respect about you the most is how humble you are and how you can show empathy when you're interviewing someone, when you're talking about someone's problem, someone's pain. Not once Adam ever thought that maybe T-Pain is having some mental issues over this thing. Imagine being at the top, losing all your money, being at the bottom. And then he was making fun about, he was laughing about it. Maybe that's his way of dealing with all this. I actually listened to it. I'm pretty sure that's how he deals with it. But doing the type of podcast like that helps him. It's therapeutic for him. Now he's saying he's being useful because he's sharing his experience so that other brothers in his situation that are coming up can say, hey, you know what? I learned from my mistake. Don't blow up your money like that. That was his goal on going in the podcast and be vulnerable like that. Not for Adam to make fun of him like this and then also insulting Steve-O. I want to show you this. I was going to the comment, right? Yo, Adam, tell me what he should have done instead of shitting on a man. And that was my favorite. I mean, like this. Patrick, letting Adam having a voice on this platform is the worst business decision. Sir, you are so right. So right. Thank you. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say, Patrick. You need to take control of your channel. Because I'm a fan. I'm honestly a fan. I took a lot of value from your channel and I understand how humble you are. But as a black man, I'm borderline offended by this. I didn't like this. I didn't appreciate this video. Out of respect, I'm not going to dislike this, but I wanted to. So please, Valuetainment teams, Patrick, Bet David, you need to start taking control of your channel, respect your brand. And again, I'm going to add another notes to it. This is what you posted in your own Instagram, Patrick. The amount of respect you show to your guests is just astonishing. It is no coincidence that you name your channel Valuetainment. There is so much negativity in these times, and it's a breath of fresh air to see content you're producing. It touches tough topics, but it presents them in a way that doesn't make you depressed after watching it. I find it so optimistic and just can't praise the effort enough. So this is what you posted in your own Instagram channel. But nothing about what Adam posted in your own channel, Valuetainment short clip, represented what this man said. And it's ironic that this man was alluding to the Mike Tyson interview. Mike Tyson went through the exact same thing that T-Pain is going through. So again, Valuetainment, please take control of your channel. Either you get Adam out of the platform or you limit his exposure. You've already done enough for him. You give him a platform that he can use, Valuetainment Economics. I don't watch it. Why? Because Adam is in it. But hey, at least he had some views. So please stay over there. Don't mess my whole business. I did not subscribe to Valuetainment short clip to see Adam there. And that's why I'm not subscribing to Valuetainment Economics. So again, as a fan, please take care of your channel. Please take control over your channel, because things like this, you're going to lose respect, man.